Excellent, nice. So, good morning, my dear students. Welcome to your English class. So, I hope you're okay, and I'm so happy to having you again. So, we are going to start because the time is over. As you know, today we are going to start with the reading TOEFL tips. And in this case, as you see, I got 7 tips. Bueno, son un montón, ¿verdad? But the most principal, we got it there. So, reading TOEFL tips, the reading TOEFL section. Okay, number 1, before to continue reading the tips, I recommend to all of you, if you don't have the hobby to read, if you don't like it, I recommend to you to start reading a book. Obviously, an English book. As I said many times before, if you are going to start to read a book, try to look for topics related with the TOEFL test. What are the TOEFL test topics? The most common that you are going to face it up is 1, about science. Number 2, about history, maybe will be 1. Number 3, about technology. Number 4, about nature. So, I recommend to you to start to read a book. I got 7 tips, for example, and please pay attention. I really know how difficult it is to wake up, how difficult it is to get up in the morning. So that's why I got my cup of coffee always. So please pay attention to the 7 tips because this is going to help you to pass your test, okay? For example, tip number 1, learn new vocabulary every day. But vocabulary about what? Okay, teacher, I know phrasal verbs, I know cooking verbs, I know the verbs in simple present, simple past. I can describe the objects that I got in my house. I can describe the objects that we got in at the university. No way. I'm not talking about that kind. That kind. Oops. Uy, uy, ahí. Okay, thank you. I'm not talking about that kind of vocabulary. The vocabulary that I'm talking about in this morning is vocabulary related with TOEFL test. Teacher, do we got an example? Yes, if you remember yesterday, we were looking for some new words, and most of them, you don't know the meaning. So learn new vocabulary, but try to find a vocabulary that you are very sure you don't have any idea. So that's our activity number 1 for today. We are going to look for 10 words that you don't understand. Number 2, this is reading TOEFL tips. Number 2, find key words and focus on them. Yo les voy a enseñar en la lectura que tengo ahorita cuando dice, y lo explico en español para que me entienda claramente el punto 2, porque es bien importante, porque siempre sale en la parte del reading. Cuando dice find keywords, hay muchas partes de las lecturas del TOEFL donde sale el pronombre it's. It's. Tal cual, it's. Y en la pregunta de TOEFL siempre le van a preguntar, en este caso, siempre le van a decir, what does it mean it's in the test? Entonces, nosotros estamos hablando, por ejemplo, vamos a ver del norodinoids, the fish. The norodinoids lives in the southern. And this kind of animal preserves in different areas according to their bodies. Punto. It's because the noise has different capacities. It's. ¿A qué se refiere ese it's? Al objeto del que estaban hablando en la parte anterior. Se los he puesto de la manera súper más mega fácil, pero en realidad no lo ponen tan así, pero para que tengan una idea que siempre le preguntan, it's, what does it mean that? Y le ponen el listado de opciones. Y le pueden poner en este caso, number 1, the southern, number 2, the capacity, number 3, the noise, and number 4, it doesn't mention. Siempre sale también en ese caso, a diferencia de listening, nunca le van a poner una opción que digan it doesn't mention, no lo menciona. En la parte del reading sí le van a preguntar eso, it doesn't mention. Entonces, el it's, usted ya sabe que se refiere al pescado. No se refiere al lugar, no se refiere a las capacidades, y no tampoco nos dice en este caso no lo menciona porque sí lo menciona, o sea, el it's, obviamente estamos hablando de un específico, que en este caso es el pescado. Entonces, find keywords and focus. Keywords son esas keywords. Son esas keywords. Por ejemplo, una keyword en listening es la conjunction. Lo que aprendíamos el día de ayer. But, what is a conjunction? A conjunction is a word that divides two ideas. It's a word that divides two sentences. So, también en el reading TOEFL hay keywords, pero ya no son conjunctions, sino que en las reading TOEFL, las keywords siempre casi vienen siendo los pronouns, los pronombres. En este caso, cuando usted lea la palabra it's, how can I identify? Go back and read again and try to look. And I said try. No have. Ocupé el verbo try, no el verbo have. ¿Por qué? Because remember, you don't have enough time. You don't have enough time. So, one of the keywords in the reading TOEFL is pronouns. What does it mean that? What does it mean it in the test? Number 3, practice reading with a timer. Okay, teacher, I love to read. Congrats. Teacher, I really enjoy to spending time reading all day. Congrats. But there is a big difference between a hobby and a necessity. You read as a hobby, so you aren't under pressure. You read because you like it, so it's not necessary to look for words that you don't understand. But what about the reading TOEFL? With a timer, teacher, how much time do we have for the reading part? 1 hour. You are going to have one. Hey, qué genial, teacher. O sea, que 1 hora para una lectura. No way. How many readings do we got in the TOEFL? How many readings do we have in the TOEFL? Any idea, students? How many readings do we have? Any idea? Despierten. Wake up. O por lo menos dígame, no, teacher.
I don't remember teacher, but there was too much.
You don't have idea.
Yes, we did it, but I don't remember.
Okay, thank you so much. Really nice. Okay, teacher, how many readings do we got in the TOEFL test? Well, at least. Cuando digo at least es por lo menos, porque puede variar. At least 5 readings. Normally 4. Yes, 4 or 5. No se mueve de ese número. 4 or 5 reading. That's why you got 60 minutes. 60 minutes. So, divided the 60 minutes divided the 60 minutes into the 5 or 4 readings. So you got at least I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 minutes. ¿Me ayudan con las matemáticas? Yo soy mala en matemáticas, señor. So, divida los 60 minutos en 4 lecturas. Please. En lo que se despiertan, porque si me quedo esperando, vamos a ver, nos agarra la tarde. Vamos a ver. Ok, no estoy tan mala, mire, muy bien, excelente.
Son
Thank you.
15, si son 4,
Ajá,
sí.
ajá, thank you, mira, no estoy tan mal. Thank you, Alessandra. So, you got around 15 minutes. Vaya tomando notas y de todas maneras la clase queda grabada. So, you got around 15 minutes, according to Alessandra, if we got 4 readings. But what happened if we got 5? You got less. You got less. So, that's why I'm pushing you to start today to practice reading with a timer. For example, look at this one. Excuse me, do this one. Choose a reading. Remember, related with the Toefl topics. And took 15, yes, around 15 minutes. And make sure by yourself if you understand the text in just 15 minutes, because you got 15 minutes not just to read, my dearest. You got 15 minutes to read and to answer the questions. Okay, I got 15 minutes, so I got 5 minutes, or I got 10 minutes left to answer. No way. You got 15 minutes around to read and to answer. To read and to answer. ¿Qué es lo que nos pasa a los que hemos hecho el Toefl? Bueno, yo en mi caso lo he hecho 3 veces. ¿Qué es lo que nos pasa a los que hemos hecho el Toefl en esta parte? Que lo hemos hecho no por jugar, no por práctica, no por ay, voy a ver, o sea, que lo hemos hecho porque de verdad. A menos en mi forma personal, yo ocupo una técnica. Si son 4 lecturas, yo me enfoco en las primeras 3. Porque en este caso, como yo le decía antes, ok, teacher, yo tengo 4 lecturas, entonces quiero ver. La número 2 es más fácil, la número 3 es después la otra fácil, ok, la voy a dejar la 1 de último. No, acuérdese que no puede fojear. Acuérdese que no puede fojear en este caso. Entonces, le dan la lectura 1, pum, comienza. Le dan la lectura 2, pum, comienza. 3, etc. Entonces, yo siempre me enfoco en las primeras 3. Yes, Ale.
Y tengo una pregunta, porque como nosotros la práctica la hicimos en línea, ¿verdad?
Ajá.
Nosotros podíamos ir viendo la lectura y ver las preguntas también. Eso se puede hacer en el Toefl, sí.
Yes. Claro que sí, hija, claro que puedes. Por
Porque era
ejemplo,
una de las técnicas que yo usaba.
ajá,
Prefería mejor ahorrar el tiempo a estar leyendo todo y solo iba contestando la pregunta que se hacía.
exacto. Ahora te voy a decir algo. Muy bien, perdón, hijo, sí. Muy bien. Teacher, ¿cómo puedo hacer? Ya Ale me quitó la idea. Y muy bien, Ale. Yo tengo 15 minutos. Teacher, ¿qué hago? Ok, 15 minutos. De hecho, quiero que observen aquí algo. Miren, ahí les traigo scanning y skimming, pero eso es para la práctica que vamos a hacer hoy. So, yo tengo 15 minutos. Teacher, ¿cómo hago entonces? Ok, le voy a decir cómo hacía yo. Yo tenía 15 minutos si eran 4 lecturas, porque casi siempre ponen 4. Yo le dije 5 para que se prepare psicológicamente, pero casi siempre ponen 4. So, teacher, ¿cómo hago? Ok, we got 15 minutes. Number 1, you got 2. Scanning. What is scanning? Aunque era la siguiente diapositiva, pero me voy a pasar ya. Oops. What is scanning? Reading a text quickly. Just one time. My God, teacher, I don't understand. I'm going to read it again. It's not necessary. You got 15 minutes scanning first. You got 15 minutes scanning first. Quickly. Okay. Punto. Y de ahí, the second is skimming, which is reading quickly to get general idea. So, scanning is too specific. Okay, wait, teacher, but scanning is specific. Yes, but you don't have enough time to read a specific information. You don't have time. So my recommendation is skimming, which is reading quickly. Okay, I'm going to read blah, 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 blah. Okay, we don't have time. We don't have time. We don't have time. Oops. To scanning. Skimming, I recommend. We don't have time to scanning. You have to skimming. Teacher, no le entendí. Lea rápido, pues vaya. Read quickly. And try to get the general information. Si usted comienza a leer desde hoy todo el año, créame que su cerebro se va a ir en este caso como adaptando, ¿me entiende? ¿Qué pasa con las personas que no nos gusta leer? Necesitamos leer hasta 2, 3 veces, ¿verdad? Pero ¿qué pasa con las personas que les gusta leer? O sea, ellas a la primera ya captan la información. So, 15 minutes, read quickly. No quickly de que voy a, ok, leen el vocabulario, no, o sea, lean su ritmo, ok, lean, ok, ok. And the second is, according to Alessandra's too, the second is look for the questions. For example, question number 1, what is the reading about? It is the same with the listening. You have to pay attention to the first paragraph and the last paragraph. If in the reading the topic it is the same from the beginning and it is the same at the end, you got the general topic and you got what's the reading about. So 15 minutes is skimming. Read quickly to get the general idea. Scanning is to find a specific information. Yes, but this is the Toefl. You don't have time. You don't have time. So my recommendation is skimming first and then answer looking the questions. Answer reading the question at the same time. Okay, that's a good technique. Y ya les dije, siempre está el pronoun it. Entonces, ¿qué hago yo con el pronoun it? I go back again and read quickly. What is it about? Number 4, look for a quiet place to read. This is by yourself. This is not for the real Toefl. I said many times to start to reading a book. But how much time do we need? My God, it's just 20, 30 minutes. If you got more, do it. Look for a quiet place without distractions. Without distractions. And try to start practicing your concentration. Clean your mind and look for a quiet place and try to read at least 30 minutes, but in a quiet place. But the problem is this one. This is our problem today. So 30 minutes, you got 24 hours, so take 30 minutes. It's enough. Don't read. Ese me encantó. What does it mean, don't read? Don't read is don't read more than once. Teacher, but if I have time, you don't have time. Just 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes. So don't read. So it's not necessary in the Toefl, in the reading part, it's not necessary. Yes, it is necessary, but you can't read more than once. As I said, read one, skimming, and then read the questions and try to look the answers in the text. But okay, I read it, but I didn't get. I'm gonna read it again, and I didn't get it yet, and I'm gonna read it. No, wait, you don't have time. Just once. Number 6, tip number 6, read and answer sequentially. What does it mean sequentially? Sequentially, sequentially. So, supposedly, we got 10 questions. The 10 questions are in order. I repeat it again. Yo sé que algunos ya lo saben. We got 10 questions. The questions in that part are in order. It is the same with the listening part, in order too. But question number 1 always comes from the first paragraph. Always. Question 1, paragraph number 1. Question number 2, continue reading. Teacher, another technique that can I use is read the question first and look for the information in the paragraph. Yes, it's gonna help you, but it's gonna help you just maybe for the 1 or 2 first questions. Because for question 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc., you don't know if the question number 3 is in the second paragraph or maybe is in the third. So, yes, if you want to do it, but it's going to help you just for the 2 first questions. Yes, teacher, because can I answer question 1 and reading part 1? Question number 2 and reading part 1. Question number 3, you don't know. You don't know where is the answer. If maybe it will be in the third or maybe it will be at the end. So for the 2 first, yes, always, always. But for the rest of the question, you need to read. You need to read. But yes, the questions are in order. Yes, all the time. But be careful with that, okay? Don't get confused. Voy a buscar las preguntas primero y de ahí voy a buscar las respuestas. No way. As I said, yes, it's going to help you for the 2 first questions. Number 7. Y esto nos pasa a los que hacemos el Toefl por primera vez. Porque me pasó. That happened to me. Tip number 7. Don't get stuck. What is a stuck? Don't stop. Don't make a pause because you didn't understand that word. Okay, for example, practice reading with a timer. Reading. What is reading? Quiero ver. Reading, I don't know, maybe it's an adjective or maybe it's a conjunction. What is reading? It's in the simple present or past continuous. Don't get stuck. Por eso es que estamos puliendo desde hoy y hoy vamos a ver 10 palabras nuevas. So, don't get stuck with the words that you don't understand. If you don't understand the words, just continue. Just continue, okay? If you don't understand the word. So, don't get stuck because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. If you have from today, para los que no están durmiendo, if you have from today, the how can I explain that? Okay, if you have from today the routine, se me olvidó la palabra, the routine to read, you won't have problems to understand new words. Teacher, in my case, I learn 20 words every day. Congrats. Teacher, in my case, I learned 15 congrats. But what kind of words are you learning? Basic words? Like classroom vocabulary? Like verbs? Oh, no way. Trying to learn new vocabulary, but as I said before, and I know, as I said before, vocabulary is related with the reading Toefl. So, my dearest and my intelligent students, do you got any question? Anita me está mandando mensaje, me imagino que es por el Inter. Do you got any question?
No question.
Excellent, thank you so much. Okay. Reading Toefl, practice number 1. Scanning is reading a text quickly in order to find specific information, samples, figures, or names. The contrasts or the opposite with the skimming. What is skimming? As I said, which is reading quickly to get general idea or meaning. So, as a hobby, obviously you can use scanning as a hobby. But for the reading TOEFL, you have to use skimming. And number 2, take 10 words out and look for the definition. Ok, wait a minute, please. Vamos a ver aquí. Ok. ¿Quién se dio la oportunidad de leer esta lectura? ¿Quién se tomó el tiempo de leer esta lectura? No one? Thank you, Alessandra. Just one student. Okay, that is enough. Is there another student? No, teacher. Okay, thank you. Congrats to you too. So I got the reading. Excuse me. I got the topic. The rise of the Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan. So I got 6 students and I'm going to choose randomly. So in this case, Ellie, you are going to start reading point number 1. When I said stop, I'm going to choose another student. Hey, please, I demand to all of you to respect your classmate. Es una attitude que quiero demandar ahorita. Respect your classmate. How, teacher? Pay attention what is she or what is he reading, because when I said stop, I'm going to choose another one. And please, estoy con universidad. No me vayan a salir con, ¿y a dónde se quedó, teacher? Con todo respeto se los digo, ¿ok, señores? Porque esto es bien importante, porque les va a ayudar a ustedes. No me va a ayudar a mí, les va a ayudar a ustedes. So, Ellie, are you ready to start?
Yes, I'm ready.
Thank you, Princess. So, my dearest, pay attention to Ellie. Okay, Ellie, go ahead.
Okay. The city of Teotihuacan, which lies about 50 kilometers northeast of modern-day Mexico City, began its growth by 200 to 100 BC at its height between about 80, 150 to 700. It probably had a population of more than I have a problem, teacher, when I read long numbers.
This one, 125,000. Yes?
Yeah, but in
It's very,
English, I
yes,
forgot.
it's very easy. How can I say 125? 100?
150?
120?
No, 5.
Okay.
25. Oh my
112.
goodness.
Ok, ahí tengo 100. Ok, no te preocupes. Ahí tengo 125, pero yo quiero 125,000. Solo le agregas 1,000. 125,000. Ok, continue.
Okay, wait a minute. Um, More than 125,000, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. People in covered at least 20 square kilometers. It had over um,
2,000.
oh my goodness.
Ellie, my God,
Oh my
2,000.
goodness. It had over I know what I you said, teacher.
2,000. Hey, are you
2000. I
fall in love,
couldn't.
right?
No. I have a problem when I read numbers and I don't know why.
Really? Okay, don't worry.
Yeah,
Don't worry. Continue.
sorry.
Menos mal que en el TOEFL no te van a poner a leer, hija. O sea, así en voz alta. No.
That's
Continue.
horrible. Okay. Uh, apartment complexes, a great market, a large number of industrial workshops, an administrative center, a number of massive religious edifices, and a regular grid pattern of streets and buildings. Clearly, much planning and central control were involved in the expansion of ordering of this great metropolis. Moreover, the city had economic and perhaps religious contacts with the most part of Mesoamerica, modern Central America, and Mexico.
Okay, yes, please, Ellie, choose the next.
Jackie,
Okay, Jackie, good morning. Could you help me to continue reading? Point number 2.
Good morning. Okay, how did this tremendous development take place and why did it happen in the Teotihuacan Valley? Among the main factors are Teotihuacan's geographic location on a natural trade route to the south and east of the Bay of Mexico. The obsidian resources in the Teotihuacan Bay itself and the bay's potential for extensive irrigation. The exact role of other factors is much more difficult to pinpoint. For instance, significance as a string, the historical situation in and around the Bay of Mexico towards the end of the first millennium BC. The
Hey, what does it mean? Excuse me, what does it mean BC?
Before
Before
Christ.
Christ.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
engineering and foresighted of Teotihuacan's elite, and finally the impact of natural disasters such as the volcanic eruptions of the late first millennium BC.
BC, thank you, Jackie. Choose the next student, please. It's your option.
Alexander.
Okay, Ale, could you please help me with the number 3?
This last factor is at least circumstantially implicated in Teotihuacan's rise. Prior to 200 before Christ, a number of relatively small centers coexisted in and near the Valley of Mexico. Around this time, the largest of these centers, Huiquilquio, was seriously affected by a volcanic eruption, with much of its agricultural land covered by lava. With Huiquilco eliminated as a potential rival, any one of a number of relatively modest towns might have emerged as a leading economic and political power in central Mexico. The archaeological evidence clearly indicates so that Teotihuacan was the center that did arise as the predominant force in the area by the 1st century AD.
AD. Thank you, Ale. Choose, please, the last.
Maori.
Okay, thank you, Mauri. Please, could you help me with
Okay.
number 4?
It seems likely that Teotihuacan's natural resources, along with the city elite's ability to recognize their potential, gave the city a competitive edge over its neighbors. The valley, like many other places in Mexican and Guatemalan highlands, was rich in obsidian. The hard volcanic stone was a resource that had been in great demand for many years. At least the rise of the Olmecs, a people who flourished between 1200 and 400 BC, and it apparently had a secure market. Moreover,
Okay, wait. Okay, permíteme, hijo. Ustedes no ven, pero es que tengo aquí el chat porque me gusta ver quiénes son los que tienen activo aquí. Okay, thank you so much. Mauri, continue, please. Excuse me.
Okay. Moreover, recent research on obsidian tools found at Olmec sites has shown that some of the obsidian obtained by the Olmecs originated near Teotihuacan. Teotihuacan obsidian must have been recognized as a valuable commodity for many centuries before the great city arose.
Thank you. Could you please, Mauri, choose one lady?
Anita, no está Anita.
Let's see, Anita. Are you available?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Anita. Welcome. Good morning. Please help me with the number 5.
Long distance trade in obsidian probably gave the elite residents of Teotihuacan access to a wide variety of exotic goods, as well as a relatively prosperous life. Such success may have attracted immigrants to Teotihuacan. In addition, Teotihuacan's elite may have consciously attempted to attract new inhabitants. It is also probable that as early as 2000 BC, Teotihuacan may have achieved some religious significance and its shrine or shrines may have served as an additional population magnet. Finally, the growing population was probably fed by increasing the number and size of irrigated fields.
Thank you so much, Anita. Could you please help me to choose this is the last student.
Irene.
Okay, thank you. Irene, are you ready? Qué difícil es levantarse. Miren, cipotes, en lo que, en el paréntesis, en lo que lee Irene, qué difícil es levantarse y eso que estamos desde casa. ¿Se imagina si tuviéramos que agarrar transporte público todos los días para ir a la universidad? Bueno, ok, Irene, thank you, please. Go ahead. Number 6.
Vivimos lejos a las 4 de la mañana.
Imagínate, hija. No, hombre, no, o sea, en parte tiene sus
4, 4 y
ventajas.
media.
Sí, o sea, en parte tiene sus ventajas estar. Y fíjense que otra ventaja es, aunque no es el tema, pero vamos a hacer un paréntesis. Otra ventaja es que ustedes están llevando una materia que el 90% se puede hacer virtual. O sea, el 90% se puede hacer virtual porque yo trato la manera de hacerlo lo más proactivo a la clase, o sea, de que se sienta que sí estamos en este caso pues aprovechando el tiempo, ¿verdad? Pero imagínense la gente que recibe materias, yo tengo una amiga que está sacando química y farmacia y me dijo ella, Gaby, estamos llevando, la vez pasada, me dijo, Gaby, estamos llevando un ciclo, me dice, donde nos están enseñando a hacer pastillas, o sea, medicina, más que todas las pastillas, virtual. Y me dice, ¿cómo vas a creer vos que vamos a hacer eso desde la casa? O sea, dicen que solo el maestro hacía la práctica. No, le digo, yo no voy a andar, yo no voy a comprar pastillas en estos próximos 10 años porque, o sea, es como que yo les digo a ustedes, vaya, si pues vean cuántos miligramos le estoy poniendo, o sea, no vea. O sea, no se puede, pero ahí paréntesis, perdón Irene, please, yo sé que usted no se aguanta por leer, hija. Vamos, démosle.
No worries.
The picture of Teotihuacan that emerges in a classic picture of positive feedback among obsidian mining and working trade population growth, irrigation, and religious tourism. The thriving obsidian operation, for example, would necessitate more miners, additional manufacture of obsidian tools, and additional traders to carry the goods to new markets. All this leads to increased wealth, which in turn will control the economy, will give them the means to physically coerce people to move to the Teotihuacan and serve as addition to the labor force. More irrigation work would have to be built to feed the growing population, and this results in more power and wealth for the elite.
Okay, thank you so much, and thanks to all of you, my dearest and very intelligent students. The activity number 1, this is Wait a minute, please. The activity number 1 is, as an individual, you have to take 10 words out. So, what does it mean that, teacher? You are going to look for, just for 10. Yo sé que pueden haber más palabras. I know we got more that we don't understand. We don't get it at all. But I'm asking you just for 10 words, but that you really, really don't understand. And when you got the 10 words, please look for the definition. Use your dictionary if necessary, but if you got an idea, como en el caso de él, que por ejemplo Irene me dijo, mire, teacher, yo creo que significa esto, pero no estoy muy segura. So, if you want to use a dictionary, use it. But if it's not necessary, you say, okay, I don't understand that word, but maybe, teacher, the meaning is this one. Maybe the definition is this one. So, 10 words. Just 10 words. So, any question, my dearest? Or everything is clear? Teacher, ¿dónde está ese documento? Para los que no tuvieron ahí el tiempo de revisar el portal, porque yo sé que pasan muy ocupados. El documento está acá, si usted lo quiere descargar, donde dice Toefl Reading Part. El segundo no me lo vayan a tocar, por favor. Se los he dejado ahí available, pero por favor el segundo no me lo vayan a tocar. So, dice, ¿dónde lo puedo descargar? Acá está. Y si no, pues en este caso yo se lo estoy proyectando. ¿Verdad? Lo único que aquí pues solamente se mira una parte. Así que, please, it's your option. If you want to download from the portal, please do it. Please do it. Just 10 words. And then I'm going to ask you for the 10 words and for the definition. So what time is it? It's 7:54. So maybe we ready at 8:10. Yes, 15 minutes, it is enough, I think. Okay, any questions? Okay, so you got 15 minutes. 4 minutes. 4 minutes left. If someone is ready, please let me know. Okay, the time is over. So, ya que Mauricio fue el primero en ingresar puntual como siempre, so Mauri, choose one lady, please.
Ellie.
Ellie, thank you so much. Okay, Ellie, could you please turn on your audio? Teacher, I didn't finish. So don't worry, but maybe you got at least 5 words.
I finished.
Excellent, thank you so much. Okay, Ellie, could you please send us to the WhatsApp, send us to the Zoom chat your 10 words. Write it down.
Okay. With the meaning, right?
No, without, just the word.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
just the word. Yes, the 10 words. But without the meaning. Okay, take your time, don't worry. Take your time, princess, don't worry. If you see this test completely change, they start talking about Teotihuacan, the city of Teotihuacan. They continue talking, look at, yes, at 4, yes, they continue talking about the city. Number 6, they continue and they finish to talking about the same city, but the text mentioned the city of Tehuacán in different ways. Not just describing the culture of that Mexico's city. They continue talking about economy, history, They mention specific areas too, like at the Valley of Mexico. They continue talking about resources of the Tehuacan. So, what is the reading about? Yes, it's about that specific city. But maybe the next question will be asking about the details. Teacher, las preguntas no las tenemos. No les quise mandar las preguntas porque quería que nos enfocáramos. Okay, I got Ellie's words. The first one is shrine, trade, arise, wide, fields, arose, drive-in, greed, and foreheads. So, in your opinion, can you please, Ellie, choose? You got 10, but could you please choose just 5? And could you give us your definition?
Okay. The first one, shine. I don't know the pronunciation, but it's the
Mm-hmm,
first time that I saw this word, and I didn't know the meaning. That in Spanish is santuario.
mm-hmm,
Um, thriving, prosperar. I
mm-hmm,
didn't know too. Um, for for sick for sick, and I don't know the
mm-hmm.
pronunciation. Previs,
Foreheads. Mm-hmm,
previsión. Eso me
mm-hmm.
decía en el diccionario.
Okay.
Y grid,
Mm-hmm.
cuadrícula. Pero cuadrícula, ¿en qué? ¿En general o cómo? Eso sí no lo entendí.
According to the dictionary, greed, it's an adjective, it's a verb, it's a pronoun, or it
Ah,
doesn't mention.
no me di cuenta que sí decía eso, teacher. Ya lo voy a buscar
Okay.
de nuevo.
Okay, don't worry because I know the meaning and I know the definition. Number 1, greed in this case is an adjective. Why, teacher? Because greed describes a kind of method. So greed is a method. So it is an adjective. Okay, thank you so much, my dearest. Could you please, Ellie, choose the next student?
Ale,
Okay, thank you, Alessandra. You got your 10 words?
No,
Really?
just 6. Just
6.
6.
Okay, please send
Yeah.
us.
Okay, great is a noun and is
Could you please,
something.
excuse me, princess, could you please send us
Just read it.
to the Zoom, please? WhatsApp. Ay, dale con el WhatsApp to the chat soon. To the Zoom chat.
Typing in
Yes,
Zoom.
yes,
Okay.
please. Para que todos las veamos.
Okay, great.
Take your time. Yes, take your time.
Great. Obsidian. Pinpoint. Ay. Okay.
Okay, I got. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, please.
Great is a noun and is something that they put in the streets because I try to accommodate to the reading for understanding. And is and Ellie said the translation, sorry, the translation, but it's something that you put for delimitate, but is the streets for delimitate the street in this city. The another one is for sickness and it's something to prevent. It's like a plan that they have for prevent another fact. And trade.
Ya van dos personas que me eligen trade. Trade.
And it's a business or something that commercial, buying and selling, and that is a trade. It's like a deal, but in this specific situation. And
it's buying and selling, both buying and selling.
Yes, both. It's a change that they have, and obsidian is a volcanic gas. It's something that they have in the city that they try to make the trades with this, and that is what I have with the dictionary and try to follow the context too for because I think when you found the context that you are reading is easier to understand and try to accomplish in your mind. That is what I have, teacher.
Okay, thanks. Thank you so much, Ale. Nice job. Could you please choose the next?
I don't know, Jackie.
Okay, thank you, Jackie. Are you ready? Always, teacher.
Okay, I write down
Please.
the word.
Yes, thank you. Send us to the Zoom chat. No sé por qué se me viene la palabra WhatsApp. Hasta I made a pause. I think the reading is a kind of complicated. And yes, to be honest, it's a kind of boring. Ok. Tenemos trade otra vez. Ok. Thank you, Jackie. Go ahead.
Okay, I was reading about the meaning was shrine, and I investigated that it is a place, it is a holy place where people go to pray. I think that is similar to a church or something like that. Then significance, it is the importance or meaning of something. Then pinpoint is to find or say the exact position in space. For example, when your finger say, for example, the television is over and you pinpoint inside the location of something or some object. Then ingenuity is an skill that at inventing things or finding new ways to solve problems is ingenio in Spanish. Yeah, I just have this one.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much. If you want, thank you so much, Jackie. If you want, you can look just for the meaning, or if you want, you can give us the definition. There is a big difference between meaning and definition. Meaning is the specific, and definition is what is the word about? What is the use? What kind of context? Thank you. Could you please, Jackie, choose between I got Anita, I got Irene, and I got Mauricio? Choose one.
Anita,
Okay, Anita. Ready? Yes, teacher. Always ready.
Yes.
Okay, please send us your vocabulary. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, please, go ahead. Foresights. Volvemos con la misma palabra, y shines. Okay.
Foresight is said that is the ability to see or plan for what will happen in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Obsidian is like a hard and dark glass volcanic rock, kind of the rock. Shines is like a place, like as my classmate Ellie mentioned, like a sanctuary or something like religious.
Mm-hmm. It's also a noun. Mm-hmm.
Thriving is to prosper or to be fortunate. Leading is to guidance or leadership, something. And I just investigate on that.
Okay, thank you so much, Anita. Choose between Irene or Mauricio.
Mauri.
Okay, Mauri, and I'm going to conclude with you, Irene. Thank you, Mauri. Are you ready? Yes, teacher, always. Oh, okay, thank you. Excellent. Your microphone is on, but I cannot hear you, Mauri. Yes, it is. This is still excellent.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Foresightedness is the action of try to see the future and see an outcome that it doesn't happen yet. Also, we have a rise that I wasn't so sure about the meaning, but I think it's like un levantamiento, como algo que surge. And moreover, I think it's like in addition or besides, according to the test. I don't know if I'm correct. So we have greed that, as my partner said before, it's something that limit a son. I mean, it makes like a way, for example, to not desviarse. And also we have
and
prior or
and and and
prior.
and excuse me, and about this one, about greed, we can get confused if you don't have the routine to read. Students, we can get confused because greed, it's also, well, it is a noun too. It is a noun. Why? Because that's one of the techniques that the engineers used to work, greed, in order to measure, in order to design. Imagínense, o sea, también puede tener otro significado. Okay, thank you, Mauri. Excuse me, continue.
Yes, then we have prior or prior. I don't know what is the pronunciation. Can you tell me?
Prior.
Prior. Okay,
Yeah.
prior.
Viene de
That means
priority.
that means a time before or the beginning of a time. At the very beginning. Okay. And pinpoint that would be an exactly point in something. I mean something accurate and precisely. Also, it means that you find something, but you locate it in a exact way.
Perfect. Really nice. Thank you so much. Hey, before to continue and finish with Irene, teacher, what can I do when I don't know how to pronounce a word? Le voy a dar una técnica cuando de repente, teacher, no sé cómo se pronuncia. Ok, tenemos la palabra prior. Podríamos habernos confundido y decir prior, ¿verdad? Pero ¿qué es prior? Comes from priority. Viene de prioridad. Entonces, this is my priority. Esta es mi prioridad. To finish my college. Entonces, priority. This is my priority. Okay. Look for a synonym. Easy. Look for a synonym. What is prior? Okay. A synonym, excuse me, is priority. Priori. Entonces es prior. Ok. Una técnica si protege ahí, vea si usted quiere utilizarla. Y si if you don't, ok, I respect. Thank you, Irene. Ready? Yes, teacher, always.
Yes.
Ok, please, send us the vocabulary.
I already typed the
Ok,
message.
excelente. Me encantan los alumnos así que ya, nombre, teacher, sí, mira, aquí lo tengo ya. Ok, excelente, Irene, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Perfect.
Okay. The first one is trying. It is the place where our family or close friend uh, they are there because they pass away. Is the place, lugar sagrado in Spanish. LG is like the part of something, maybe the part of good or the part of a paper. Flourish is a noun, is like when you grow up or you develop something very well. Obsidian, I didn't understand very well that, but it say that is like a part of almost a rock that is like glass. A rose, it was the past participle of the, because it is a verb, it is the past part of the past participle arise is when you are not expecting something and then it happens.
Yes.
Files.
Fields.
Field is like a land used for growing crop or keeping animal. Is where it's like is some place where there are animals. It's like campo in Spanish.
Okay, good.
Thriving is an adjective and it means successful. Colors is a verb. Is like when you are collecting something, in other words. A wheel is a noun. It means a large amount of money when you maybe have property, like rich.
Yes, perfect.
Complex is a noun. Is like when you are sad about something, that when you have a feeling and you are sad about something. In Spanish, it's like a complejo de culpa.
Okay. Excellent. Really nice job, Irene. I like it. Perfect. Thank you so much. Ok, señores, vamos a hacer la última práctica ya. Ok, no, hombre, no lo voy a poner a leer. No, vamos de un solo a las preguntas. Vamos a ver si lo tengo acá. Permítanme. No, ese no era, era este. Ok, este era, cipotillos. Ok, señores, tomen notas, no me den las respuestas. Esto es individual. Individual, ok. So, yo leo la pregunta, leo las respuestas, anote cuál considera usted en este caso que es la respuesta correcta. Ready? Yes, teacher, we're ready. Ok. In paragraph 1, each of the following is mentioned as a feature of the city of Teotihuacan between AD 150 and 700, except letter A, a regularly arranged street. Letter B, several administrative centers spread across the city. Letter C, many manufacturing workshops. Letter D, apartment complexes. Le doy 20 segundos. Five, four, three, two, one. Question number 2. The word ingenuity in paragraph 2 is closest in meaning to ambition, sincerity, faith, o cleverness. 20 segundos.
The last one.
Yes, but don't give us the answer, please,
Oh.
because it's individual. Don't give us the answer. Just take note. Vayan tomando nota de sus respuestas, ¿ok? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Number 3. Which of the following is not mentioned in paragraph 2 as a main factor in the development of Teotihuacan? Letter A, the presence of the obsidian in the Teotihuacan Valley, the potential for extensive irrigation of Teotihuacan Valley lands, a long period of volcanic inactivity in the Teotihuacan Valley, Teotihuacan's location on a natural trade route. Choose the best. Not the best, choose the correct, excuse me. 20 seconds. Three, two, one. Number 4. What can be inferred from a paragraph 3 about Cuilco prior to 200 BC? Letter A. It was a fairly small city until that date. Letter B. It was located outside the Valley of Mexico. Letter C. It emerged rapidly as an economical and political center. Letter D. Its economy relied heavily on agriculture. Choose the correct. Five, four, three, two, one. Number 5. Which of the following allowed Teotihuacan to have a competitive edge? Miren, o ya saben qué significa. Over its neighbors. Letter A. A well-exploited and readily available commodity. Letter B. The presence of a highly stable elite class. Letter C. Knowledge derived directly from the Olmecs about the art of toolmaking. Letter D, scarce natural resources in navy areas such as those located in what are now the Guatemalan and Mexican highlands. Highlands, excuse me. 20 segundos. Five, four, three, two, one. Number 6. According to the paragraph 4, what has recent research on obsidian tools found at Olmec sites shown? Obsidian's value was understood only when Teotihuacan became an important city. The residents of Teotihuacan were sophisticated toolmakers. Letter C. The residents of Teotihuacan traded obsidian with the Olmecs as early as 400 BC. Letter D. Some of the obsidian used by the Olmecs came from the area around Teotihuacan. 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Number 7. Select two answers. Ojo cuando le salgan este tipo de preguntas. Siempre recuerde que son dos. Por los nervios podemos seleccionar solo una. Recuerde que son dos. Select two answer choices that are mentioned in paragraph 5 as being features of Teotihuacan that may have attracted immigrants to the city. To receive credits, you must select two answers. Letter A, the prosperity of the elite. Letter B, plenty of available housing. Letter C, opportunities for well-paid agricultural employment. Letter D, the presence of one or more religious shrines. Usted ya sabe ahora, miren, qué significa shrines. Five, four, three, two, one. Number 8. In paragraph 6, the author discusses the trading obsidian operation in order to A. Explain why manufacturing was the main industry of Teotihuacan. Letter B. Give an example on an industry that took very little time to develop in Teotihuacan. Letter C. Illustrate how several factors influence each other to make Teotihuacan a powerful and wealthy city. Letter D. Explain how a successful industry can be a source of wealth and a source of conflict at the same time. Teacher, ¿por qué no nos deja leer a nosotros? Porque hay unos que leen más lento, otros que leen más despacio, por eso es que estoy leyendo yo. Y por el tiempo, porque si les digo lean a ustedes, entonces yo no sé en qué ritmo leen. Ok, 20 segundos. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. In paragraph 1 of the passage, there is a missing sentences. The paragraph is repeated below and shows 4 letters A, B, C, and D that indicate where the following sentences could be added. In fact, artifacts and pottery from Teotihuacan have been discovered in sites as far away as the Mayan lowlands, the Guatemalan highlands, northern Mexico, and Gulf Coast of Mexico. Where would the sentences best fit? 20 segundos. I recommend for that kind of questions, if you don't have too much time, you choose randomly. But if you consider you are good at reading, okay, take a few seconds. Take more. Five, four, three, two, and 1. And number 10. Directions and introductory sentences for a brief summary of the passage is provided below. Complete the summary by selecting the 3 answer choices that express the most important ideas. Va a elegir 3 que representen las ideas más importantes. Some of the sentences do not belong in the summary because they express the ideas that are not present in the passage or are minor ideas in the passage. The question is worth 2 points. Letter A. The number of sophistication of the architectural, administrative, commercial, and religious features of Teotihuacan indicate the existence of centralized planning and control. Letter B. Teotihuacan may have developed its own specific local religion as a result of the cultural advance made possible by the city's great prosperity. Letter C. Several factors may account for Teotihuacan's extraordinary development include its location, rich natural resources, irrigation potential, intelligence, elite, and the misfortune of the rival communities. Letter D. As a result of its large number of religious shrines by the 1st century AD, Teotihuacan became the most influential religious center in all of Mesoamerica. In many important areas from the obsidian industry to religious tourism, Teotihuacan's success and prosperity typified the classic positive and feedback cycle. And the last one, although many immigrants settled in Teotihuacan between AD 150 and 700, the increasing threat of coarse labor discouraged poorer settlement and limited Teotihuacan's population's growth. 20 seconds. Five, four, three, two, and 1. Señores, terminamos en la siguiente clase de inglés. Vamos a ver, obviamente la tenemos el día de mañana. Vamos a discutir las respuestas de esta lectura. Así que usted tiene la oportunidad de volverla a leer. Así que, y mañana cuando discutamos, veamos otros tips, etcétera, algunas dudas, etcétera. Después vamos a hacer una práctica de reading real, por decirlo así, porque les traigo ahí una práctica. Así es que, señores, son las 8:46. Llevamos clase de didáctica. Recuerden que para la clase de didáctica me van a presentar en orden como que fuera un lesson, una unidad de plan real. Me van a presentar el cuadro real como que yo fuera la directora. Miren, señor, aquí está esto. O sea, porque no solo voy a revisar todo lo que hicieron ayer, sino que en este caso voy a revisar gramática, el orden. Así que chicos, para darnos ahí unos 5 minutos extra de break, nos vemos a las 8:46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 50. Nos vemos a las 8:50 y 47, a las 8:56. Nos conectamos para didáctica 856. Ok, chicos, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.